everybody, my name is Bogey and this is Faulty Lantern, where me and a couple of my friends discuss cinema. Some old, some new, some overrated, some underrated, some shit, and some golden. Joining me today from Texas are my friends Noble and Jordan to talk about Tony Scott's 1993 film True Romance. I know I throw the little favorite word around a lot, but it is easily one of my top 10 films of all time. The setting is amazing, the cast kills it, and the script is solid. It's written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by the late Tony Scott. Let's talk True Romance.
From the director of Top Gun and Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Hello, baby!
Clarence? I'm a married man, buddy.
A con man.
Ask him if he got the letter.
Did you get the letter?
What letter?
He wants to talk to you.
No time. Tell him we gotta go.
A call girl.
You cop all day?
Huh?
I'm Alabama.
She a 4-alarm fire or what?
She seems very nice.
What are you doing in L.A. anyway, huh?
And a suitcase full of trouble.
My name is Vincent Cocotti. I work as consul for Mr. Blue Boyle, the man your son stole from.
Now, all that stands between them and their wildest dreams.
Find out who this wing and a prayer artist is and take him off at the neck.
Are 60 cops. 40 agents.
He's a wild man, this kid Clarence. I like him.
30 mobsters.
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
And a few thousand bullets.
We're all gonna die here. These are cops!
Put him down! Put him down! Put him down!
Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken.
Slow it down, man.
In a Tony Scott film.
I think what you did was so romantic.
Not since Bonnie and Clyde have two people been so good at being bad. True Romance.
And tonight, coming to the stage, standing at a solid 6'1", it's Bogey Bogan Ray. And out of left field, he can lay up anything out of the fucking grandma's laundry basket. It's Jordan Dunphy.
You know, as much as I didn't want to like the movie, I actually did liking it in the end, just because it is completely obnoxious. The whole everything from the damsel in distress in the beginning to the coke dealing and the freaking everything, but the part that sent me over the edge was Hans Zimmerman's music in between every scene, which is the same song, which is like a song you would hear in a commercial or something. It's like, why was this? Why was that? Why did we hear the same? I couldn't be any more annoyed by hearing the same orchestra or little, what is the instrument called? Where
Calypso drum.
The calypso drum?
Calypso.
Okay, well they should definitely have less of that for sure.
I don't know. I can't explain why I like that soundtrack. I wouldn't buy the soundtrack. I wouldn't listen to it in my car. But there is something about, I think, the contrast of the entire mood of the film with this like very uplifting, bright thing. I don't know. I think there's something to be said about that. I think
1, 2, 3, 4. This is rock and roll. Let's play double time for the
True Romance is a movie about a man who has unprotected sex with a prostitute, then gets her name tattooed on him, and then marries her, and then robs his pimp. And that's it, basically. He has hallucinations about Elvis. I hated it when I was a kid. I hated it. Because I saw it when I was young. I love Quentin Tarantino. But I just watched it again recently, and I really like it. I like it a lot. I think that, what's his face? Christian Slater was like, I don't know what it is about the guy. He's a hateable dude for me. I don't like him in anything. But I really liked him in this. I like he embodies that 90s look or something, I guess. Anyways, It's got some good characters. It's got a okay storyline. I think it would be a different movie if Quentin Tarantino directed it. I think it's probably what would have made it pop. But
I think so. But overall, when you see this film, like, it is heavily, like, obviously Quentin Tarantino wrote it, but it was like I don't know. I just felt like it was a Quentin Tarantino film, but then it was just like there was like a little piece of it that was missing, which is probably his eye.
I personally wouldn't want to see it any other way.
Okay.
I don't know what it would have been if it was Tarantino directed it. I like that idea of a story that you think you know where it's going, and then it kind of just goes one above that. And I think that's very much this film.
Just the dad, he's just he's kind of a cornball before whenever he gets made out with by the newlywed, but then he kind of really holds his guns with his son. He's not giving up shit. And then,
it made me want to call my dad after that scene.
Right? I mean, not so much because my dad is racist like him, but the fact that, like, man, like, thanks for having my back.
Oh, man. But the great late Dennis Hopper, man. Like, yeah, Dennis Hopper and the Christopher Walken scene. It's fucking that's an amazing scene. Like, I still remember, like, whenever Dennis Hopper died, I remember sharing that scene. But I don't think it's so much as like the dad character, Dennis Hopper, is racist as much as mobster Italian traditionally are very racist against anything that's not Italian. Like, traditionally, I guess, not saying that as a whole, but that's, I think, him, like, the way he was just using those crude words of just, like, calling him out, like, like, historically, that's you. Yeah, dude, that scene is, it's undeniably amazing scene.
You knew he was gonna die. He asked for the cigarette.
There's so many good scenes.
There are good scenes.
James Gandolfini,
Dude.
Tony Soprano.
Yes.
That was like, it was fucking brutal. Hard watch. That's a fucking.
Hey, turn around.
No, I had to look up.
Turn the other way.
Yeah, turn the other way. It's fucking. That's like a.
Turn around to his right hand and catch her, dude. It's so fucking.
So that's, I guess, that could be a good example of Tony Scott directing opposed to Tarantino directing.
Okay.
The way that was shot, like all like weird, like fucking that Dutch angle shit, and just like some of the weird. It made you feel uneasy as that scene was building up, and then the shit happens, and it's like the whole time you're like, it's fucking it just. I think he did a great job with like that, and I think that's a lot of it.
Okay, you're right. I do like that.
But yeah, that James, dude, that's before he's Tony Soprano, man. That's a
fucking corkscrew. I had some that even if when I was young and I hated the movie, I still remember this badass scene where he stabbed the dude in the foot. But I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much because everybody knows what happens.
Yeah.
I like that whole I do not like women abuse or abuse in any way, but I like that he got his comeuppance because she's like such a tough broad and like lasted so long and was laughing at his ass. Somebody was like about to kill her, like 3 times he was about to kill her, and she laughed his ass into. She berated him into like not doing it, and she got the upper hand and ended up fucking winning. That was a cool scene. That was one of the best not fight scenes, but like survival.
Hey, she overcomes. So that's all.
She overcomes that, yeah.
I think there's something about like that. That's always, I'm a sucker for that. The Die Hard type thing, where it's like somebody that gets the shit kicked out of them and then overcomes. Like when they're
underdog.
When not just underdog, but like when they overcome and they're missing a limb or they're fucking bloodied as hell and they still fucking overcome. That's like, and that was that scene for her. Like she got the shit kicked out of her by a huge man and then fucking overcomes. So that's like, hell yeah.
The worst scene, as far as what affected me the worst, was I was watching this in my garage very loudly, and then the said scene that old Jordan mentioned before, the beatdown scene with old Dennis Hopper, and he started being all racist real loud, and I couldn't make it to my TV to turn it down in time. So, like, I have a lot of neighbors of different ethnicities, so I don't know. It's kind of the only Beverly Hills movie you need to ever quote is Beverly Hills Ninja, bro.
Whoa. No, Beverly Hills Cop is way better.
fuck Beverly Hills Cop, dude.
What?
Beverly Hills Ninja is what it's all about.
Well, it's not. Wow, that's.
It is.
When's the last time you watched the first Beverly Hills Cop?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I literally watched it, not like.
The first one's amazing. The first one is like.
What y'all, the second team?
We're the first team.
Yeah, we're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
It should be more natural, brother. It should flow out like this. Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe. See, that's more natural for us. You've been hanging out with this dude too long.
Noble's mistaken. Those are fighting words.
Yeah, that is weird. That is very strange.
So many good actors. The whole cast was pretty great. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think the acting is amazing. I think Christian Slater, I don't know if it's like roles that got offered to him or what happened, but like for this, I think he's good in this, and he plays the part well. Like I couldn't see anybody else playing the part of like the kind of, I don't know, Southern boy that can talk his way out of any situation. Like he has a charisma and like something about like the way he carries himself. I think it's good.
Like, dude, like ruthlessly fucking shot this guy in the dick, and then fucking was like, oh man, it was just like, it was so bizarre. It was just like, where, like there was two different characters like that had. That's all I could see is just like these are not the two same characters. And then for the rest of the movie, he like went back to normal character. It was just like for that first like fight scene or killing scene, I don't know what you want to label that as, but like that was very strange, bizarre as far as acting, his acting goes.
I have to disagree in the way that I'll rag on Christian Slater. This movie, I love the character development of him. I think he remains the good guy. It just becomes like just mundane comic book store, kung fu writing or kung fu watching good guy to good guy who's in love with a woman that's in trouble. So he feels this chivalrous thing to like fucking I'll do whatever the fuck it takes, you know, like. So that fight scene where he does shoot the dude in the dick, it's like that's just something maybe been picked up in his head forever. Maybe it's not like I don't think he's a bad dude or like a hitman or anything. I think that's just one of the effects of his character being in love and doing what he thinks is right, which is another sort of cowboy thing, dude. It's another little Western trope in these things. It's fucking ride into town, fucking murder that gang leader, you know? But
it's definitely a big jump, but I think that's like, it was an enjoyable jump of like, holy shit, like you weren't expecting that. But yeah, I think like kind of like when touching on what Noble was saying, it's a little bit that maybe he had this from watching kung fu films and reading comic books. He has like this idea of the hero type, and then he gets put in this situation where he basically wasn't. He was just going there talking tough, which a lot of people do, and then he gets starts getting the shit kicked out of him, and kind of reacts.
But he knew he was willing to kill. Like he brought a gun.
He brought a gun, but I think he's bringing a gun to be like flash around maybe. Like, Gary Oldman's character, he's amazing. The whole like, yeah, is it National White Boy Day or it's like no, White Boy Day. But his character,
the whole time there's a pair of titties right behind you or something.